So this story, where the general overseer of, I think, within Christian Church of all nation, came on the pulpit and told everyone that God has been very faithful, and they have a good problem, and that they are running out of capacity, and by so doing they need to do more, they need to extend, they need to rebuild, and that costs a lot of money. It costs billions to do all the things they have to do. And so he was calling on his sons to do something, to prove themselves, to prove that God has been marvelous upon them, and to show to the world that they too can support the work of God, which is great. It's great, right? He was asking his sons to show their might, to prove themselves, and to do what is needed to promote God's work on earth. So, one of my favorite pastor, Prophet Joel, took to Facebook to kind of like slam all those who were criticizing the man of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, for saying that. And according to Prophet Joel, he is willing to do whatever it takes to promote God's work on earth. So let's read what he wrote on his Facebook. If I had 10 billion, I would have contributed towards the ROCCG project. No one was compelled to. Secondly, he spoke to his son. It's funny that those who have never lifted a finger in kingdom service are the first to start making noise. So, according to Prophet Joel here, no one should be complaining about what Pastor Enoch said, and that if he had 10 billion, he would gladly give it to Pastor Enoch Adeboye in order for him to do all the things he needs to do to serve God or to promote God's work or to do kingdom work, whatever. And that the people who are disgruntled, the people who are having bite belly, the people who are running their mouth are the same people who have never ever given anything when it comes to promoting God's work on earth. That is funny that those people are angry and they are screaming at the top of their voices, whereby they've never ever given anything. That's what he's saying. Now, my question is, Mr. Pastor or Mr. Priest or Mr. Prophet, don't just say, if you have 10 billion, you would give or you would gladly give. No, you can start by giving what you have now. Don't tell me you don't have millions, because I have seen your church. You have a huge following. So a couple of millions wouldn't be your problem. So maybe you can start from giving that before progressing to 10 billion. You can start from giving the millions that you have. I have said that I have no issue with him asking for money from his sons. They can give if they want. People are at liberty to give if they want. People are at liberty to support any cause that they deem valuable to them. I have no issues with that. My only issue is that if they or if he, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, can rally his sons together into giving this huge amount of money, why can he not rally people together to do things for common people in our society? Why is it that when it comes to building massive structures that are totally useless, he is so effective at getting it done? But when it comes to other things that are affecting ordinary Nigerians or ordinary people, it seems like he is powerless. Let's take, for example, the poverty or the inflation situation in Nigeria. How come he is powerless about that? Or the insecurity situation in Nigeria. How come he cannot do anything about it? He cannot rally his sons together to protest government. I mean, not to give their resources. No, 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 no. Not to give their hard-earned money, but just to hold government to account, just to have a protest, just to bring government attention to the problem. Maybe government is not paying attention on these issues. And if Pastor Enoch Adeboye could rally his sons together and they could make some noise, they could call government attention to the problem. Maybe those problems might be solved. Just maybe. Why isn't he doing that? Why? Why the whole issue of road accidents and in the country is not being championed by him? Why? Having these the kind of things that affect ordinary people, the same people he is supposed to be looking after, the same flock that he is supposed to be the shepherd to, isn't it? So this is where my problem is. That when it comes to things that affect common people, they don't care. This is where my problem is. Now, people can give as they want. I have no issue with that. In fact, I think giving is very, very good. If you have and you feel blessed enough and you want to share your blessing with other people, by all means, do it. Give, give, give. Support, support, support. You see people in need and you are in the means, you have the means to support them, do so. You see people who are struggling and you have the means to support them, do so. You see a church that is struggling to grow and you have the means to support them, to support God's work on earth, as they put it, do so. Do so. I have no issue with that. People should give if they want. But my problem is, you see those preachers, some of them, obviously, they will never lift a finger except when it touches them. If the whole thing affects just us, the common people, they will never say anything about it. They won't. They won't. But anyway, I would like to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. Is Prophet Joel right to have said that people who do not or who have never supported God's work on earth don't have the right to be sharing their thoughts and opinions on issues regarding the church? Is he right to have said that? Or is he just angry like they always do when we call them out on certain things? Let me hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you guys have to say. Please like the video, share the video, tell a friend or two about the platform. Remember, we are counting on your love and support to build this platform and to get it to a wider audience. Your support will never be overappreciated. Thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.